The whistle blew like a gunshot in the locker room, and Coach Harlan slammed his clipboard against the wall, splintering the motivational poster of some ancient gridiron legend. "You're a bunch of gutless amateurs," he roared, his face purple as a bruised plum. "If we don't pull this off tonight, the whole damn program's done. Over, just like your sorry excuses for heart." I stood there, sweat already beading under my pads despite the chill seeping through the concrete walls of Eldridge Stadium. My cleats rooted to the gritty floor like they were fused there. My name's Wyatt Harlan. No relation to the old man yelling at us, thank God. And at 21, I was supposed to be the steady hand on this ragtag Kansas State Wildcats squad. But steady felt like a lie when my pulse hammered not from pregame jitters, but from the secret gnawing at me. The way Landon Cole's green eyes had lingered on mine last night in the dorms, promising things we both knew could shatter everything. We'd been lovers for 6 months, hidden like contraband in the back of beat-up pickup trucks and shadowed corners of the frat house basement. Landon, our captain and star quarterback, was the golden boy of Eldridge, 6'2" of farm boy muscle, with a jawline that could cut glass and a laugh that echoed like summer thunder over the wheat fields. He was the one who dragged this team out of the gutter last season, turning walk-ons like me into something resembling fighters. But now, with the national semifinals staring us down against the juggernaut Ohio State Buckeyes, whispers were spreading faster than a fumble on wet turf. Unprepared. The scouts called us on ESPN that morning. A miracle if they score. And worse, rumors about us, fueled by a jealous teammate who'd seen too much. It started innocently enough, or as innocent as stolen kisses in a state where half the stands still clutched faded rainbows like they were grenades. Landon and I met freshman year at a bonfire party, the kind where cheap beer flows and pickup games turn into brawls under the stars. I was the quiet wide receiver from the panhandle, dodging dust devils and my dad's Bible-thumping sermons about unnatural urges. He was the prodigy from Wichita, heir to a feed store empire, carrying the weight of his old man's expectations like extra pads. We bonded over late-night film sessions in the athletic center, dissecting plays until the janitor kicked us out. One night, after a brutal loss to Iowa, he cracked, grabbed my hand under the table and whispered, "Wyatt, you're the only one who sees me, not the jersey." His lips brushed mine in the empty parking lot, tasting of Gatorade and desperation, and just like that, we were in too deep. But secrets in a small college town? They're like dry grass in August, one spark and it's inferno. Tyler Reese, our cocky cornerback with daddy's oil money and a grudge the size of the Flint Hills, had been sniffing around. He'd always resented Landon for benching him after a string of penalties, and me for catching every damn pass Landon threw my way. Last week, after practice, Tyler cornered me in the showers, steam curling like accusations. "Heard you two been real close, Harlan. Real biblical." His smirk was a knife twist. I shoved him off, but the damage was done. By Monday, the team chat buzzed with side eyes and deleted memes. Two dudes tangled in the shadows, captioned Wildcats secret play. Coach found out Tuesday. Burst into the film room where Landon and I were reviewing Ohio State's blitz packages, his face twisting like he'd swallowed vinegar. "What the hell is this?" he barked, thrusting his phone at us. A blurry photo from Tyler, time-stamped outside the dorms. Landon's arm around my waist, our silhouettes unmistakable. The room spun. I tasted bile. Landon stepped forward, chin up like he was calling a 2-minute drill. "It's true, coach. We're together. And it doesn't change a damn thing about the field." Harlan's eyes bulged. "It changes everything, boy. This program's built on tradition, on men who play clean, not this fairy tale bullshit that'll have boosters pulling checks faster than you pull that trigger arm." He jabbed a finger at Landon. "You're benched for the game. Wyatt, you sit too. Let the real leaders handle it." Betrayal hit like a blindside sack. Landon, the guy who'd willed us through double overtime against Nebraska with a sprained ankle? And me, the only receiver who could sync with his reads like we shared a brain. Tyler lounged in the doorway, arms crossed, his grin a victory lap. That night, in Landon's cramped apartment off campus, the one with the sagging couch and posters of old Chiefs greats peeling at the edges, we unraveled. Rain lashed the windows, mirroring the storm inside. He paced, fists clenched, his Wildcat jersey still half unbuttoned from the fight. "I can't lose this, Wyatt. Football's all I've got. It's the only place Dad ever said I was enough. His voice cracked, and he sank onto the bed, head in hands. I knelt before him, tracing the veins on his forearms, the ones that bulged when he gripped the ball like a lifeline. "You're enough for me?" I murmured, pulling him close. Our foreheads touched, breaths mingling in the dim lamplight. "But if we hide, we're letting them win. Tyler, coach, they're scared of what we are, not who." He looked up, eyes raw as fresh turf. "What if victory costs us everything? The team, the scouts. Hell, my family." I kissed him then, soft and fierce, tasting salt from unshed tears. It wasn't fire, but embers, warmth against the cold creeping in. We talked till dawn, mapping plays not just for the field but for us. Come out to the team, fight the benching, lead by example. Landon nodded, resolve hardening like clay in the kiln. "For us," he said. "Always." Wednesday's practice was a powder keg. Tyler strutted like he'd already hoisted the trophy, barking orders at the backups. Whispers slithered. "Captain's out. Queers ruining the huddle." But Landon didn't slink. He showed up at dawn, jersey on, whistle around his neck, calling suicides until lungs burned and doubts smoked out. "This ain't about who's straight or bent," he yelled over the grunts, sweat carving rivers down his back. "It's about trust. You trust the man next to you to block, to cut, to bleed. Wyatt catches what I throw because we see the same field. Question that, and you're off my line." Murmurs shifted. Jake, our lineman with the buzz cut and Bible verses tattooed on his knuckles, clapped Landon's shoulder. "Cap, we got your back. All of us." Even Tyler faltered, his smirk fading under the weight of 60 eyes. By end of drills, the huddle chanted our names, Landon and Wyatt, like a ward against the storm. Coach Harlan caved Thursday, after boosters caught wind and threatened to yank funding over internal drama. "Fine," he growled in his office, door half shut. "You play. But one slip, one headline, and you're done." Landon shook his hand, grip like iron. "Won't be slips, coach. Just wins." Game night arrived under a bruised sky. Eldridge Stadium, a cauldron of 40,000 souls packed into the Rust Belt chill of Manhattan, Kansas. The Buckeyes, ranked number 1, trotted out like machines. Linebackers built like silos, a secondary that swatted passes like flies. Our prep? A joke. 2 weeks of injuries, Tyler's sabotage in the weight room, loose bolts on the racks. Thank God no one got crushed. And scouts chanting unprepared like a dirge. Halftime score, 21-7 them. Locker room reeked of defeat, heads bowed, tape peeling from battered fingers. That's when Landon lit the fuse. He stripped off his helmet, hair matted dark, and climbed onto the bench. Vince Lombardi reborn in purple and white. "They said we're done," he thundered, voice slicing the din. "Unprepared? Hell, we're underdogs by design. But look around, this ain't Ohio's machine. This is us. Farmers' sons, townies, kids who clawed from nothing." Wyatt hears from a trailer where the AC's a fan and a prayer, and he still hauls and fades like it's nothing. "Tyler, you want to talk betrayal? Step up or step off, we fight together or not at all." Eyes locked on him, the room electric. Tyler, red-faced in the corner, muttered something but stayed. Landon dropped down, pulled me into a side hug, public, defiant. "This wins for every secret we've buried, every doubt we've swallowed, for love that don't bend." The huddle erupted, fists pounding pads, a roar that shook the rafters. Second half was apocalypse. Rain hammered down at the 2-minute warning, turning the field to slurry, visibility nil under the lights. Ohio blitzed like demons, our O-line buckled. 3rd and 22 from our 18, clock bleeding out, 28-24 them. Landon dropped back, ghosts in his eyes, flashes of his dad's disappointed scowl, my own fears of being the punchline. Pressure crashed in. He spun, evaded a sack that would have ended it. I streaked downfield, Tyler's replacement jamming me at the line, but I shed him like old skin. The ball spiraled through the torrent, wet leather whistling like a promise. It hit my hands clean, mud exploding on impact. 40 yards, sideline tightrope, Buckeye safety breathing fire down my neck. I juked left, stutter-stepped right, world narrowing to that goal line, 10 yards out. Tackles glanced off. Pain bloomed in my ribs, but Landon's voice echoed. For us. I dove, ball breaking the plane as the gun cracked. Touchdown. 30-28. Stadium quaked. Purple sea surging. Overtime? Landon's 2-point conversion, a keeper on the edge, sealed it. He barreled through, spiking the ball like a declaration. Confetti rained, but I barely saw it. We collided midfield, helmets clanging. Arms locking in a bear hug that said everything words couldn't. Cameras flashed. The world watched. Tyler slapped our backs, grinning sheepish. My bad. Capo you beers for life. Post-game, under the emptying stands, Coach Harlan pulled us aside. You too. Changed the game. On and off. His gruff nod was absolution. Landon's family flew in. His dad, stone-faced at first, thawing with a handshake and a quiet, "Proud of you, son. Both of you." "Mine?" Dad called from the panhandle, voice thick. "Saw the highlights. You run good routes, boy. And that other thing. We'll talk. We didn't win a ring that year. Finals were a blur of frostbite and heartbreak against Alabama. But victory? It wasn't the scoreboard. It was Landon and me, walking off that field hand in hand, not hiding anymore. In America, where the Heartland's winds whisper judgment but roar for underdogs, we proved power ain't in the muscle or the myth. It's in the quiet courage to love fierce, to lead true, to turn betrayal to brotherhood. And damn if that doesn't feel like the real championship.